Firstly, before I start, a short message of greeting from Juche Larsen, KFA official delegate for Scandinavia. He sends his greetings to this meeting and wishes it every success. And from the Stoke-on-Trent branch of the Juche Study Group of England and Staffordshire branch of the Korean Friendship Association, I've got the following message. We send our fraternal greetings to the national meeting to commemorate the life of the great leader, comrade Kim Jong Il, which is to be held in London on the 7th of December 2019 by the Friends of Korea and by the UK Korean Friendship Association. It is still unimaginable to comprehend the sudden loss of Kim Jong Il on a moving train in the midst of on-the-spot guidance on December 17, 2011. Comrade Kim Jong Il devoted everything to the welfare of the Korean people. Under his guidance, the Songjin politics ensured peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula and ultimately defeated the schemes of US imperialism to enslave the Korean people. One of Kim Jong Il's greatest contributions to the treasure house of international socialist thought was the development and systematisation of the Juche idea. Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong Ilism is the doctrine for those people who wish to achieve national social liberation in the 21st century. It was our most profound wish to have paid respect to the great General Kim Jong Il at the Kumsan Palace of the Sun on 2 occasions, in April 2017 and in September 2018. Today, the cause of Kim Jong Il is being reliably implemented by Chairman Kim Jong-un in all fields of activity in the DPRK. The DPRK today is a country which is respected by both friends and foes and is a major influence in global affairs. The memory of the great leader, Comrade Kim Jong Il, will live forever. Glory to the great Generalissimo Kim Jong Il. Long live Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong Ilism. Forward to global independence, December 6, 2019. So today we mark the solemn occasion of the 8th anniversary of the passing away of the great leader, Comrade Kim Jong Il. Our UK Korean Friendship Association and Juche Study Group of England upholds the memory of Comrade Kim Jong Il and remembers his great revolutionary activities. The achievements of Comrade Kim Jong Il are varied and manifold, so it is difficult to recount them in a short space of time. Throughout his life, Comrade Kim Jong Il worked hard day and night for the people, saying that if people want it, we must make flowers bloom on a rock. Chairman Kim Jong Il passed away whilst working, and I would also just point out that he actually worked beyond retirement age in the DPRK, which is set at 60 for men. He passed away on a cold and wintry day on the 17th of December 2011. He was a true people's leader who worked all his life for the people, often denying himself rest and sleep. He never took it easy. He was always dressed in simple clothes. He immersed himself in giving on-the-spot guidance, travelling some 844 miles, which is the equivalent of going around the world 17 times. Comrade Kim Jong Il was the successor to the great leader, Comrade Kim Il-sung. When Comrade Kim Jong Il started working at the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea in June 1964, Comrade Kim Jong Il made sure that the ideology of Comrade Kim Il-sung, the core of which is the Juche idea, was carried forward. Juche does not simply mean self-reliance. It stipulates that humans are the masters of their own destiny and have the power to carve it out. Juche, therefore, rejects all kinds of superstitious and fatalistic notions about the fate of human beings either being predetermined or controlled by an unseen, mysterious deity existing outside of time and space. Comrade Kim Jong Il defended the purity of the Juche idea and developed it in depth. He systematised and enriched the Juche idea in his historic 1982 thesis on the Juche idea. This work constitutes an almanac of the Juche idea, which clarified its philosophical essence, and that man has independence, consciousness and creativity. Thus, the Juche idea shines out as a philosophy for achieving the independence of the popular masses. The Juche idea is a powerful weapon for achieving human emancipation from all kinds of misery and oppression. Today, the Juche idea is studied by many people in different parts of the globe. 1,000 Juche idea study groups exist in the world, including our very own Juche idea study group of England. When Comrade Kim Jong Il took the baton of supreme leadership in the mid-1990s, the DPRK faced multiple challenges, difficulties and obstacles. The country was mourning the loss of the great leader, President Kim Il-sung. Repeated severe natural disasters hit the DPRK continuously. The imperialists tightened their sanctions against the DPRK. The world socialist market collapsed, depriving the DPRK of 80% of foreign trade, and there was no one willing to lift a finger to help the DPRK. The doommongers of the imperialist media predicted the end of the DPRK. Others claimed that the DPRK would reform and open up, but Chairman Kim Jong Il declared, "Expect no change from me." The imperialist scenario for the DPRK was the overthrow of the socialist system in the DPRK, or a policy change, which would eventually lead to the dismantling of the socialist system in the DPRK. Comrade Kim Jong Il resisted it. Comrade Kim Jong Il was determined to stick to the Juche idea, come what may, and the Juche idea is the bedrock of the DPRK's independence and its durability. The DPRK's resistance to imperialist regime change is a great example for us when you consider that some progressive regimes like Bolivia were overthrown almost with a snap of a finger. Indeed, Comrade Kim Jong Il should be remembered for opposing imperialist globalization. He wrote the excellent work on preserving the Juche character and national character of the revolution in instruction, which was a powerful anti-imperialist manifesto against globalization. Comrade Kim Jong Il wrote, "We must smash up the vicious and cunning policy of the imperialists who seek to obliterate nations and the reactionary doctrines which try to justify their policy." End of quote. Comrade Kim Jong Il rallied the people to overcome the difficulties. During this difficult period in the 90s, the DPRK was able to construct the Ambyong power station and other large structures, as well as launching its first artificial satellite, the Kwanwai-sung-1, on the 31st of August 1998. Comrade Kim Jong Il stressed that self-reliance was the key to overcoming difficulties and smashing the blockade of the imperialists. Self-reliance is the secret weapon of people's career against the imperialists. In my opinion, the imperialists fear self-reliance more than nuclear weapons. Indeed, it is more powerful than 1,000 nuclear weapons. Comrade Kim Jong Il also practiced the Songham or Army First policy in order to defend people's career and secure its independence. Thanks to his leadership, the situation was turned around and the DPRK prospered. Some of the countries that had conspired to isolate and stifle the DPRK even opened diplomatic relations with the DPRK, one after another. In fact, I can point out that rather than being isolated, the DPRK has diplomatic relations with virtually every country in the world except for Japan, US and Israel, and of course South Korea, but we don't really count South Korea as a country because it is an artificial creation, a puppet regime. But anyway, and Comrade Kim Jong Il fought for reunification and brought about the first ever inter-Korean summit in 55 years on June 15th, the year 2000. The legacy that comrade Kim Jong Il bequeathed to history is today's People's Korea, which is led by dear respected Marshal Kim Jong Il, who is continuing with the lines and policies of comrade Kim Jong Il. This year, I visited the DPRK 3 times, including in October when I visited with a delegation of Juche, the Study Group of England, Juche, the Study Group of Scotland, and UK KFA, and one of the other delegates, Comrade James Taylor, is present in this hall. During my visits, I did not see one homeless person or beggar. There appeared to be no effect of sanctions as the shops seemed well stocked. The prices in the hotel shop were the same as in September 2018. The price of a Pyongyang metro ticket is about 3 pence in British money, and this is unchanged from at least September 2012. We were able to see self-reliance in action at the Kim Jong-il textile mill, big factory near the centre of Pyongyang, which has 1,600 workers, and where the machines they use are actually made in the DPRK, not imported. Plus, there is also the extensive recycling and also use of waste products to make new products has been carried out. We visited the Party Foundation Monument in Pyongyang, which was built under the guidance of comrade Kim Jong Il in 1995 to mark the 50th anniversary of the Workers' Party of Korea. People who want to read more can find reports by myself and James Taylor on the internet. My visits to the DPRK reaffirmed my faith in the Juche here, which is deeply associated with the life and work of the great leader comrade Kim Jong Il. Seeing the achievements of People's Korea made me recall the exploits of comrade Kim Jong Il, who worked so hard to defend the independence of the country and build it up as a prosperous, self-reliant, socialist nation. Glory to the memory of the great leader, comrade Kim Jong Il.